Okay, what I wanted to do there just now was to put up the wee delegate pattern example and just put up a quick link to GitHub. There's a bit of an issue at the minute with my link to GitHub on YouTube. There's some verification I have to go through. So what I'm going to do is to try and chop through the code and just talk my way through it while I'm doing it. Now the three main characters are still pretty much the same thing. So if I just quickly knock together a protocol here, right, it's going to have just the name of, if I make the name of the protocol something that corresponds with the thing that's happening in it, I'll call it transfer. Or I'll call it balance conversion, right? If I can just spell that correctly. Now, the guys that implement this protocol, they're still going to have a rate. So I'm going to give a variable rate. I'll make it a double. And I'm only going to get it because I'm not going to do stuff via the protocol definition to set it. The other thing it's going to have is going to have a func convert. Well, I mean, it's already filling it in. If anybody else is reading this or listening to this at this point, some of the IntelliSense that happens now with Swift UI and Xcode is actually really, really good. Shows they've been putting some effort into their AI sector, so I mean, that's encouraging. Okay, next thing is a delegating object. I'm not going to tackle that one yet. I'm just going to make a version of one of the delegates here. So I'm going to give this a concrete class. I'm going to call it yen converter. And yeah, just figured out I want to do that. Well, yeah, I'm going to make that though is 192 because that's what it was today. So it's going to take this amount in. It's going to multiply it by the rate, and then in this particular case all I'm going to do is print out. No, I don't want you to return it actually. Just take out return. I'm just going to get this thing to print instead. I'll call that let result unequal to amount times rate. And then I'm going to get you to print result. Are you going to fill it out for me? Yep, you are. Okay, so there's a wee concrete class that just implements that conversion. Now, finally, I'm going to get to the delegating object. It's going to hold references to it. Okay, so I'm going to call this. We're going to call this balance manager. Yeah, that sounds about right. Now, all this thing has is the ability. Now, I could make it observable. I'm not going to do it for the purposes of this video, but some other point I'll talk more about the observer pattern. But anyway, in the meantime, I have a variable in here called balance. It's in the form of double. It's currently 1,000. I'm going to have a member. They just make that. Okay, come on. Any object. Right. I'm going to make a week var yen delegate. Right. I do this for safety. I make things weak. References to things. Okay. I'm also going to have a function here. Add to balance. Okay. I'm not even going to do anything particularly interesting like that in the amount you can put in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get balance plus equals 10. we'll say 10. And after that, if that delegate actually exists, then I want you to run your little method, and I'm going to pop in balance into that. Now, get the white space right on both sides. They love when you do that. I'll just stop that running for a minute. I actually had that run the whole time. Okay, let's pop this up into my content view. I'll take the capital off the front. I think they're a reference to each other. Foreground color yellow. Now I'm actually going to pop this into a Z stack. I'm going to make the alignment top left. Top left there, my dude. Thank you. Pop this one up in here. I'm going to put a little black rectangle. Frame it. Yeah. Knock you to black. And I'm going to give you an on tap gesture. Yep, just there. Balance manager, what are you garning about? Top leading. That's what you're garning about, me being silly. Balance manager dot add to balance. There's just one thing I forgot there. Okay, add to balance, balance plus equals 10. Do you know what? I'll just make it observed. Just, you do this. And what that decorator there that we published means is that I can pop this up into something like this, declare it observable. Observed object. And I can see it. So I'll go into here. There's a rectangle. On tap gesture. Alright, I'm just going to pop a text there. Put in balance and pop in description. I'm going to make its foreground color yellow. Okay, now let's see what that looks like so far. So it's actually going to even run. What we should get is a wee phone, top left corner has a, yeah, and there's your rebalance there. Okay, now I hit that there, I pressed it and it incremented the way it's supposed to, but we didn't get our yen converter going. I wonder what it was I did wrong. Okay, yeah, of course. Right, it hasn't been set, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to quickly make a, yeah, basically I'm going to make a wee concrete yen converter. Then I'm going to go into init and set it in the balance manager. Balance manager dot yen delegate equals not yen balance manager at all. That's a big fib, and I'll stop it here. Press it again, and there you go. This time you get a second result, and that was called automatically after the first one's function. So there you go. That's a really super simple version of the delegate pattern with hopefully easy to follow code. Okay.